Imagine you're playing Baldurs Gate 3 and you want a character who's not just a regular hero, but a one-person wrecking crew with all the finesse of a bull in a china shop. Well, that's where the Barbarian class comes in. They're like the Hulk of the fantasy world. Instead of carefully analyzing situations, they prefer to solve problems by introducing their enemy's face to their weapons of choice. Barbarians are the folks who skip diplomacy and go straight to smashing. They thrive on rage. And I'm not talking about just like a little upset. No. This is full-on berserker mode. They charge into battles like a charging rhino, soaking up damage and dishing it out like it's a sale at a fantasy weapon store. Oh, did I mention they don't wear any armor?
Well, it allows for maximum mobility. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Quit it!
So picture this. You're leading your merry band of adventurers on another adventure.
I'm going on an adventure!
There's your barbarian friend. They charge in, ignoring the concept of strategically waiting, and start bashing baddies left and right. It's like they're allergic to caution signs. And the best part? They're not just strong. They've got a wild side that can do crazy things, like leaping huge distances or terrifying enemies with just looking at them.
Will you stop? Everybody stop. Come on, guys. What are we doing? We gotta get on the same page.
That's so unclear. He gave us like...
Maybe just you talk.
Well, whatever it is, we gotta get on the same page. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do it over and over and over.
In a world full of delicate spellcasters and clever rogues, the barbarian is the one who says, who needs tactics when you've got muscles and a shitty attitude?
Gonna cry?
So if you're into wild, reckless, and hilarious chaos on the battlefield, the barbarian class in Baldur's Gate 3 might just be your ticket to fantasy mayhem. Today we're going to build a barbarian out of our half-orc friend here, mainly because of the amazing savage attacks. When they land a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, the damage that they deal is tripled instead of doubled.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
They also get relentless endurance, which will keep them from getting knocked down. They will stay in the fight with 1 HP whenever they get down to 0 HP in a fight. So, what does the barbarian come with? At first level, you actually don't get to pick your subclass. That will be something you unlock as you play through the game, but you will start with Rage.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
While raging, you are stronger and you deal 2 extra damage with melee and improvised weapons, and when throwing objects. You have resistance to physical damage and advantage on strength checks and saving throws. This lasts 10 turns. I know that might sound too good to be true, and there is a caveat. Rage will end early if you don't attack an enemy or take damage each turn. You also will not be able to cast any spells or concentrate on spells while you're raging. As with every other class, you can pick whatever background really suits the character you're trying to build. You can be a half-orc, but you could just as easily be a halfling. If I were to pick one that would be the strongest for dealing out damage and dishing out that damage, I would say probably the soldier would give you the best of what you need because you're going to get athletics and intimidation. For abilities, it's strength. It's always going to be strength. We need strength, massive amounts of strength. Things like intelligence and wisdom, or charisma for that matter, for a barbarian aren't really the most important stats. You will have other characters that can fit those roles a little bit easier. What you're going to want is just to get as much strength to hit harder, dexterity to get hit less hard or less often, and constitution to soak those big hits. That is what a barbarian wants. So we're going to drop our wisdom down, and we're going to probably add an additional point into constitution. If we're going to make a tanky sponge, we may as well make a tanky sponge. When you hit level 3, that's when the magic really happens. You will unlock your subclass for the barbarian. The barbarian has access to 3 different subclasses: Wildheart, your attunement with nature and its beasts inspires your rage, empowering you with supernatural might. This will also give you a spell at this level, which is Speak with Animals. Gain the ability to comprehend and communicate with beasts. It will last after you cast it until a long rest. Next up, there's Berserker, because what goes with violence other than more violence? The Berserker says actually, violence is both a means and an end. You follow a path of untrammeled fury, slick with blood, as you thrill in the chaos of battle, heedless of your own well-being. This will change your rage into a frenzy. Your rage turns into a frenzy. You gain Frenzied Strike and Enraged Throw. You can also make an improvised weapon attack as a bonus action.
Go for the head.
You have resistance to physical damage and advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Lasts for 10 turns. The 2 new actions that you gain as a barbarian that takes the Berserker subclass is Frenzied Strike. As a bonus action, make a melee attack with your equipped weapon, so you can attack again using your bonus action provided it is available. You also get Enraged Throw. Pick up an item or creature and throw it at a target, dealing additional damage and knocking it prone. They will be prone for 1 turn. Last but not least, there is Wild Magic.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
The wild influence of magic has transformed you, suffusing you with an arcane power that churns within you, waiting to be released. Your rage turns into Rage Wild Magic. Enter a rage that releases all the magic roiling inside of you, causing a random magical effect. These random magical effects can be anything from blowing up an area, shooting fireballs, casting ice all around you. It really is a roll of the die. You also gain Magic Awareness. Anyone within range adds the proficiency bonus to saving throws against spells. And that is everything you need to know to start your first barbarian character here in Baldur's Gate 3. You will be swinging weapons and having a wonderful time absolutely destroying your enemies or using your enemies as weapons.